Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, we bring you a story that's far more than just a basketball game. It's about pride. It's about perseverance. It's about one man whose name echoes through every arena in the league, Stephen Curry. And it's also about a team that refuses to go quietly into the night, the Golden State Warriors. Let's rewind to what just happened. The Warriors have eliminated the Houston Rockets in one of the most intense, emotionally charged, and drama-filled 7-game series we've seen in recent playoff history. In Game 7, Golden State crushed Houston with a final score of 103-89, sending a loud message to the league, "We're not done yet." But the scoreboard only tells part of the story. This series wasn't just a basketball war. It was psychological warfare. Trash talk, injuries, podcast bombs, and an atmosphere so heated you could feel it from the upper decks. And at the center of that firestorm? Two names, Draymond Green and Dillon Brooks. When the final buzzer sounded in Game 7, Dillon Brooks walked off the court without shaking hands. No nod. No media appearance. No explanation. Just silence. And that silence spoke volumes. It violated an unwritten code of sportsmanship. It rubbed the NBA world the wrong way. Critics, fans, even former players took to social media to say what everyone was thinking: this is not how a professional acts after a loss. But it didn't end there. Draymond Green, never one to hold back, took to his podcast within hours. And he let it all out. Dillon Brooks is immature, Green said, his tone cold. He doesn't know what leadership means. He doesn't respect the game. And worst of all, he disrespected Steph. That's right. According to Green, Brooks allegedly admitted during the series that he targeted Steph Curry's already injured thumb. A tactic some might call gamesmanship. But to Green, and honestly to most around the league, it was flat out dirty. Let's pause right here. Because what we're witnessing is more than just a rivalry. It's personal. The beef between Green and Brooks has been cooking for years. It didn't start in this series. It didn't start this season. It's been building, tweet after tweet, quote after quote. Brooks, once the loudmouth in Memphis, now wears the same reputation in Houston, a man whose words echo louder than his achievements. And after this series, many are questioning if Brooks brings more harm than value. Let's be fair, Dillon Brooks is an elite defender. No one's denying that. In Game 6, he posted 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals, holding Klay Thompson to just 12 points on 28% shooting. But defense isn't everything when you can't lead, when you disappear after a loss, when your own teammates start asking, whose side is he really on? As Draymond said bluntly, nobody in the league respects him. And it's going to catch up to him. Meanwhile, the Warriors, with all their championship pedigree, pushed through the noise. And now, they're heading to the Western Conference semifinals against the Minnesota Timberwolves. But there's a twist. The WNBA's newest team, the Valkyries, are scheduled for their debut on May 16 at the same venue, Chase Center. This has thrown the NBA's entire scheduling system into chaos. Game spacing between May 14 and May 20 is now a puzzle. The Western Conference Finals could start as late as May 23, which means a potential Game 7 would land just 48 hours before the NBA Finals begin on June 5. The NBA has already made it clear, the Finals date is set in stone. And now, fans are asking, how is that fair? A team like Golden State, which just survived a grueling 7-game war, might be forced to play 2 playoff series almost back-to-back. Minimal rest. Maximum pressure. We're not just talking about scheduling here. We're talking about player health, integrity, and the soul of the sport. And right in the middle of all this noise, one question remains. How long until Steph Curry returns at 100%? Let's talk about the chef. Steph's thumb injury, first tweaked in Game 3, became a growing concern as the series dragged on. He played through it. He didn't complain. He didn't blame. He did what champions do, he adjusted. Still, it was clear in his shooting. In Game 4, he went 9 for 25. In Game 5, just 3 for 13 from beyond the arc. Even in Game 7, despite putting up 22 points and 7 assists, Curry's rhythm looked off. You could see him wincing between timeouts. You could see him gripping that hand a little tighter after every 3. But he never asked for rest. Yet now, he needs it. Warriors insiders are saying Curry will be monitored daily, and the team is hopeful that the extra days between series will help him heal, but no one has confirmed when he'll be 100% again. The million-dollar question echoing through the Bay Area is simple. How long? How long until Steph can shoot without flinching? How long until the Curry that dropped 38 points against Denver in January is back? How long until we see the man who lit up All-Star Weekend, who broke records, who changed the game, fully unleashed once more? Because make no mistake, the Warriors need him. Yes, Klay had flashes. He scored 26 points in Game 2, knocking down 6 threes. Yes, Draymond was a force on defense, averaging 9 rebounds and 6 assists in the series. And yes, young players like Jonathan Kuminga stepped up, 18 points and 5 boards in that crucial Game 6. But Steph is still the engine. The franchise breathes with him. And until he's back to his best, every game is a cliffhanger. Let's not forget, the Timberwolves are no joke. Anthony Edwards is averaging 29.7 points in these playoffs. Karl Anthony Towns is finally healthy. And their defense ranks number 2 in postseason efficiency. This next series won't be easier. It'll be tougher. Grittier. Hungrier. So here's the bottom line. This isn't just about basketball anymore. This is about legacy. This is about the Golden State Warriors, one of the greatest dynasties in NBA history, fighting not just for another ring, but for respect. They've been doubted all season. Critics said they were too old, too tired, too injured, too distracted by podcast drama and locker room noise. But here they are, still standing. And Steph? He's not done yet. His hand might be sore. His shot might be shaky. But his heart? Unbreakable. So the countdown begins. How long until Steph is back at full power? No one knows. But if there's one thing we do know, never bet against the heart of a champion. And here's a tip from the Fan Golden State Warriors channel: study financial education and have opportunities in the financial market by studying REITs and investing in large brokerages around the world.